Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video from Fleetwood in Focus on a very blustery afternoon here on November the 6th. And where are we, guys? Well, let me show you. Now earlier I caught up with the lovely Karen and John, who have been running the Log Cabin Cafe, the green building on the left hand side there, for the last 8 years, and they've given me a bit of an insight into basically how things are going to be organised here for the compound. Now if you have a look at the picture there where the red car is, that's basically the part of the car park that will be accessible to the public. The far car park there you can see on the right, that basically is going to be closed, so I'm told. So we're just having a look here at this little video here. You can see the driveway up to the upper car park. As I say, that will be closed by all accounts. Now we're not sure whether there'll be access to the picnic areas. Obviously that's not quite so relevant at the moment in November, but of course as we come into summertime, then you know that could greatly impact on people's enjoyment of the area. Now take a look where the sand dunes are there in the picture, and I'm told that they will be accessible outside of working hours. Now of course during the winter it basically means you're not going to be able to go up there during the period of daylight, but of course summertime it shouldn't impact and affect people quite so much because obviously it's getting darker later. So let's take a trip up to Rossall Beach and talk about the sea defence and its construction a little bit more. Now back in 2018, at a cost of £63 million, 327 tonnes of rock were used just to create the base of the defences that you see here now. And the idea was to protect 7,500 properties from the risk of flooding. And of course, if you go back to the 23rd of October 1927 and also 11th of November 1977, there were two massive floods here in Fleetwood. The one in 1927 affected 1,800 properties and there were 6 unfortunate deaths at the time. Now the footpath that runs adjacent to the golf course, that will also be accessible to the public, completely accessible, so they say, so that shouldn't affect all you guys who enjoy that beautiful walk along the side of the golf course. Now the work on the beach should be completed by the summer of 2025, and it's completely funded by the Government Department for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, which, as we all probably know it better, DEFRA. Now this helps to tackle flooding nationally, and in Fleetwood's case the reduction of the risk of coastal erosion and tidal flooding is aimed at over 11,000 properties in our area. Now, as you're probably aware, a similar scheme is being set up on Jubilee Gardens in Cleveland, and it's so ironic that the day that they had the fire on November the 5th, I'm sure you've all heard about that. I'd already planned to make this video the day after, so that was really eerie. So, in a nutshell, they'll be constructing rock arm groins to help build a high, stable beach. Basically, is to reduce the wave height and energy and the risk of overtopping and damaging the current sea defences. In a word, it's reinforcement at a cost of £40 million. Now you'll hear them use the word groins an awful lot. Now the groins that we normally see are generally wooden barriers, a little bit like this picture I'm just showing you now. But when they're using rock groins, it's basically the same principle. They're built at right angles across the beach, and the idea is to allow the build-up of a beach. It prevents longshore drift, which is, in a nutshell, the movement of sand and shingle. So what you're looking at is trying to maintain a level beach. Now you'll hear another word that's used during this phase, and it's called a revetment. And basically what that is a construction on an embankment slope to protect the coastline from corrosion. And you can see that we've got that here at Rossall Beach. I mean, there are two other types. One's called a bulkhead, and the other one that everyone knows is called, quite simply, a seawall. Now there has been a lot of debate about whether this is just a complete waste of public money. Also people are saying, well, is it going to spoil the views, you know, the beautiful sandy beaches we've got here at Fleetwood? I've got to be honest, I think it's good that we're doing this. You know, when you think back to 27, think back to 77, you know, I really do think we need to side on the air of caution. And so I'd give it the thumbs up. I think it's a really important thing for Fleetwood to have done. And I mean, as far as appearance is concerned, I mean, Rossall Beach, you know, it's split up now into sort of individual beaches now by virtue of the rock groins, but to me it's still an absolutely beautiful place to come and relax. So, as I promised you, have a look at this video footage from the flooding in 1927, and also a few pictures I've put together from the flooding in 1977.